मी पण तेवढंच खाल्ले. मी तर ह्याच्यापेक्षा काय आहेत मुंग्या. पप्पाने म्हणलं मुंग्या नाही आहेत.
बरेच लोक आले की
कालचे आहेत
ऑलरेडी. नाही दिसत. Your screen sharing is paused. Shaitan.
कितने लोग ऐसे डॉक्टर होते हैं कितने
काय म्हणतोय? बस बेटा. अमित कुमार पांडेचं दिसतंय. Hello, Amit Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Hello, guys.
Hi, sir. Sir, you're using
Hi.
the designer to make new designs.
Who, me?
Yeah, in the PPT.
Yeah, I tried few.
Yeah,
Little bit.
easy way to do it. No.
Yes. But in this, there is nothing much to design, you know. Background effect, eye contact. It's automatic framing.
Sir, we are starting with investment for dummies, no?
Sir.
First, identify yourself. Who's the
Sir,
That's what-
sir had sent up Microsoft Word document on the
Yeah, I went
investment
through that.
site. You read
बहुत
through it,
धीरे
no?
धीरे. Yeah, I went through it.
Yeah, we'll start from almost zero.
That will be good, sir. This is my fifth attempt at trying to start understanding investment.
Oh, who was that fellow who fought 8 wars and then won the last one? King Robert or somebody.
This will be my fifth. I'll win after this one.
Yeah, good. आयला बॉस आलेत. काय आनंद? आयला पटकन गायब झाला.
बॉल कुठे गेला शॉर्ट कसा मारता तू तो मार तुझ्या चड्डी कोणती कलरची रे कोणती कोणता ब्ल्यू कोणता ब्ल्यू
सगळ्यांचा बॅकग्राऊंड आवाज म्यूट करून टाका ना सर. तुम्हीच आहे ना
हो पण मी
होस्ट?
कसं करू?
होस्ट तुम्ही करता ना, बॅकग्राऊंड ऑल म्यूट ऑल करून टाका.
मी होस्ट आहे की नाही माहित नाही.
आता त्यांनी
हा.
तुम्हाला केलं असेल ना,
ओके.
भिड्याने तुम्हाला होस्ट केलं असेल.
नाही भिडे
तिथे
नाहीच आहे.
नाही नाही, कोठारी सर होस्ट आहेत सर.
हा तेच.
ते ते सगळ्यांना करू शकतात म्यूट ऑल म्हणून.
म्यूट ऑल टेस्ट स्पीकर अँड मायक्रोफोन लिव्ह कम्प्युटर ऑडिओ.
कुछ तो नहीं आ रहा है कभी इतना साइंस का बुद्धि सब लिखा है तूने
दिसते का काही?
हो दिसतंय, डिस्क्लेमर येतोय.
हा बस 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 व्हेरी गुड. थांब द्यायचं आता फुल स्क्रीन.
हाँ हरा वाले तो हम दिखा रहे हैं
करे क्या चालू करे?
सर करिए करिए.
येस सर.
टायमिंग दी मार्केट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट.
बरोबर. टायमिंग
चालू करा.
टाइम इन द मार्केट इज इम्पॉर्टंट.
हो सर, टाइम इन द मार्केट.
Timing in the market. Anyway, so that's the basic. So what we are going to do, I don't know how many or what is the level of everybody's expertise, but we will start from low and then go on to high over time. हाँ संदीप आणि अपना ये
डॉक्टर उदार
कोण
डॉक्टर
Anyway, we are three of us and त्याचं नाव विसरलो मी कोण होता. Anyway, so
प्रमोदचं
one
नाव
by
बघताय
one
का सर? प्रमोद अंकुर.
डॉक्टर अंकुर.
नाही ना, त्या दोघांनी काय मला हे नाही दिलं, भाव नाही दिला. So anyway, they have not volunteered, but anyway, we'll do as much as possible. Let's see. So basically, when we talk about investment in stock markets, so one must remember that one size does not fit all. Everybody has a different time frame, different mindset, and different goal to achieve. So basically, we can divide it into 3 or 4 different types. And the one is called investing, which is a long-term investment. And that is what Nestle always advocates. And that is like a test match. You have to go on and on for quite some time. The second is the medium term, which is known as trading or swing trading, which is like a one-day match, few days, few weeks, or maybe few months. of investment. And the third is day trading, which is like a short term, like a T20, and not really advisable for people like us who have alternative occupations and who cannot devote full time to the market. So this we are talking about are the stocks, and of course there are the derivatives and commodities which we will not go into at the moment. Anybody has any question, you can just, I don't know, raise your hand. दिसलं तर कुठे दिसतं कोणास ठाऊक. Okay, you can just interrupt me anytime and ask. Right?
चॅट मध्ये येतं रेज हँड म्हणून चॅट मध्ये.
Oh, but anyway, you can just interrupt and ask. Unmute yourself and you can ask questions at any given time. So we can invest in the stock market through different different ways, right? Sorry, ते माझं slide कुठेतरी गायब झाली. Right.
Sir, your
So we
slide
can
is not
invest in
visible.
different ways. One is those who are beginners or those who don't have much inclination or much expertise or much time to devote to this can always go in for passive investing. Passive investing is of two types. One is the index funds, which you can buy. The index always keeps on going up with time, right? The reason being that the index consists of, say, the Nifty 50 consists of 50 stocks. After 6 months, every 6 months, they just look at these and the underperforming stock is taken out from the index and the one which is performing better is added to the index. So the index always contains stocks which are performing well. The other indices are also there, so you can mix and match like the mid cap index and the small cap index and then momentum index. But these are passive. You don't have to do anything. They mirror the index. They will give you 12, 13, 15% return over long term, and which is good enough to beat the inflation. The other way to do it is the mutual funds, where you invest in good mutual funds. You have to do some selection here, spend some time to find out which is a good fund and monitor this fund every monthly or 3 monthly or 6 monthly, something like that. Here the risk is there that if the fund manager is good and he selects the stocks well, then your fund will do better than the index. Otherwise, if your fund is not doing as good as the index, then it is better to buy the ETFs rather than go for this. The reason for going into this is, one is you don't have to use your head too much except see whether the fund is performing or not. The ETF always performs well, unless we are in a bear market, of course. But good for beginners because the down side is limited. So mentality or the mindset of the person doesn't become negative very soon. But if we want to look at direct investments can be done either by buying the stock themselves or by allocating your money giving your money to a PMS, which manages your funds, and they will do the stock picking and the buying and selling and etc. for you. So it is like a mutual fund, but at a much higher level of investment. The disadvantage of PMS is that it is a blinded this thing, so we don't really have control over what we are doing or what they are doing. While in a regular mutual fund, you can always say if the fund is not performing, you exit from it and go into something else. And also the mutual funds are liquid, you get your money back the next day. So there is no sort of, there is no buyer there and I'm unable to sell it or whatever. So how does one choose? So if you're going in for direct stock investment, how does one choose the stock? So we can choose it by four different methods. Based on fundamentals, based on technicals, tips. Suppose you may ask me, कि भाई कौन सा लूं, and then you go and buy it. Mostly you'll be right, but not always, I would say. And this is intuition, कि you just read in the papers, अरे यार ये बढ़िया लगता है, इसको ले लो. So that is intuition. Or you read in the newspaper कि भाई Modi has allocated so much money to the railways, तो railway का ले लो. But that may or may not work. Usually it doesn't work much. So stock fundamentals, again, here either you go into the very details of the stock, what is the prospects, how much are the sales, how is the thing working, is the management good or not, what is the demand of the stock, how much are they supplying, वगैरह वगैरह. Or you can go in for what is known as consistent compounders. Consistent compounders, I would advise you all to read this book, Coffee Can Investing. If you want, I can send you a PDF of this. You can read it. Very nice book. So what they say is that these are stocks which are giving you 15-20% returns year on year. So you have to select these stocks which give consistent profits, consistent they're consistent, their sales are increasing, their profits are increasing, their margins are increasing. So they are consistent compounders. These are boring stock. They will not give you phenomenal return. They will not double in 1 year or 2 years. So if you're looking for excitement, these are not the ones for you. But if you're looking for strong, stable investment, then you can just go in for these coffee can consistent compounders. You can find this consistent compounders. I mean, the various lists are there. I use one known as the screener.in. We'll come to that later on. But anyway, so that is one thing. But when we select this consistent, again, in that there may be 70, 80, 100 stocks. So which one to select? So the ones where there is a growth in the industry. Every time some industries, they have a growth phase. Like, for example, now the internet industry, the Zomatos and the Nikas and the Swiggies and all. So they are in the growth phase. Few years ago, it was telecom industry. Few years ago, before the IT industry was in the growth phase. So when it is a growth phase, in the defense industry, for example, now it is in the growth phase. So they will give you much better returns than the other ones. So you should choose ones in this. One has to choose the top performers among this. How to go about this, we'll see later on. And of course, if you get a company which has a moat means it's very difficult to replicate. For example, if you are making a paint or a toothpaste, anybody can replicate it. But if you are making some skilled, like a neurologist, it's very difficult to replicate a neurologist, isn't it? So that is about fundamentals. I don't think we'll go too much into that. But basically, if you look at fundamentals, then we have to look at this return on capital employed. Means the company suppose has an equity capital of 100 rupees. Then how much is it earning on that particular capital? 10 rupees, 15 rupees. At least one needs to have 15 rupees to get a good profit out of it. The profit margin, how much is the margin, and are they maintaining this margin year on year, or sometimes they have 20-30% margin, sometimes they have 5%, sometimes like Tata Motors going into loss. That also one must look at. Otherwise, we have to keep on continuously monitoring that particular company कि इस महीने काम किया कि नहीं उसने, and whether there is growth in the profit or not. So for this, there is this site called screener.in. This is a free site. You just have to register. Can you see this screener का नहीं? कि नहीं?
No, sir.
Hello.
No, sir.
नहीं ना? I
नहीं,
think
sir.
I have to cancel this and
Minimize this and see, sir.
Sir, you'll have to share the that icon or म्हणजे ते वेगळ्या विंडो मध्ये असेल सर, वेगळ्या विंडो मध्ये शेअर करायला लागेल तुम्हाला. यू माइट बी शेअरिंग
बरोबर.
जस्ट
हे मिनिमाइज करून बघा सर एकदा.
नाही, हे मिनिमाइज केलं मी.
पण
नाही
हे
सर,
अजून
त्याला युल हॅव टू स्टॉप शेअरिंग आणि परत रिशेअर करताना शेअर एंटायर स्क्रीन.
हा
Rather than
एक्झॅक्टली
share
तसं करा
Yeah,
सर.
yeah. So stop sharing. Yeah, okay, okay. And then go on to the other one.
नो, व्हेन यू शेअर नाव, शेअर दी एंटायर स्क्रीन असं करा, नॉट दी ओनली दी ऍप.
Such idea.
शेअर टॅब आणि शेअर स्क्रीन येतो, स्क्रीन करा.
ते गेलं कुठे पण झूम एवढं देत. हा, या गॉट इट. नाव स्क्रीन share this one. Okay, got it. आता दिसतंय?
येस सर.
दिसतीये
Ah.
सर.
Yes, sir.
So this is the site screener.in. You have to register and it will give you quite a good here. For example, here you put in any sort of company that we want, say Bharti Airtel. So it will give you, okay, what is the market cap of the company? How big is it? What is the current price? What is the PE of the company? And this is the ROC 13.5. Return on equity is 23. So this is return on total capital. That is equity plus whatever debt they have taken. And this is the return on their equity capital. Right? And then here it gives you what are the, how is it working? For example, this profit and loss will give you 10 वर्षाचं. So example 2014 मध्ये the sales were 85,000. Now it is 194. So in 10 years it has more about doubled or slightly more than doubled in the sales. But the profit has grown from 26,000 to 19, so 4 times. So sales have just doubled, profit has doubled, profit has become 4 times. So that means that their efficiency has improved. The profit margin initially was only 31%, now it has come to 56%. So therefore this shows that this is a strong company. Right? त्याच्यात वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी बघू शकता. You can go into every quarter and see also quarter to quarter growth होतीये का नाही, or are there fluctuations in the growth. But that is the screener.in. Here also there are different screens available and certain ones are created. For example, this one, coffee can. So those criteria if you put, then you get this list of consistent compounders. याची लिंक मी पाठवीन तुम्हाला. You can just go through this. Okay. So now we come to that is about the fundamentals. We can't go into the company details. We can't keep on reading from 10 area. Of course, now with the AI, you might be able to. But the for the fundamentals, even if you use these 3-4 criteria, it is good enough. So before we go into anything about how to go about investing, we must know how or what influences the stock movement. And this stock movement influence, there are two mutually, they are not exclusive theory, they complement each other. One is the Dow theory, which is practiced, and the other one is the Elliott wave. So Dow theory was formulated in 1900s, late 1800s. And basically that is a framework for understanding the market trends and price movement. This is not a very precise, this thing is just a theory, just a set of guidelines that will give you. And it is based on what information that markets discount all information. So whatever is there, the company profits, the management, the market outlook, the demand, supply, profitability, everything is included in the price. As they say in Gujarati, bhav bhagwan che. So price is God. that price includes everything. So today something happens to that and there is a say case against that fellow, the price will fall. Or sometimes they get big orders and all, the price will rise. So the price discounts all this information. However, people often get this information beforehand, the insider or the big operators. So what happens is that the price starts increasing beforehand only, before that news is about to come out or the results are about to be declared. And therefore, there is this saying in the market that buy on rumors and sell on the news. So when the news comes out, this company, Glenmark, has acquired this other company and they are going to make a huge profit. By that time, Glenmark price has already risen. And when the news comes out, it falls. So people like you and me go in to buy. But the people who already bought beforehand, they sell that at that particular time. And the stock falls for a few days and then again it starts rising again. So that is for the timing. You must time it so that once the news comes out, the stock goes up. Then when it comes down 30-40% of that last price, then that is the time to buy that particular stock. So that is what he said first. By market discounts everything: interest rates, economic data, company earnings, valuation, political events, etc. Second thing he said is that there are three movements in the market. One is the primary trend. For example, if the stock is going up like this, then this is the primary trend. Primary trend is up. Now, in between this up, this doesn't go up in the straight line. In between this, we have the corrections, which are known as the secondary trends, right? This one. You can see, na? Can see my cursor?
Oh,
Yes,
दिसतो
sir.
दिसतो
Yes, sir.
दिसतो
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. So this is the secondary trend. This is primary trend, secondary trend, primary trend, secondary trend. Within this primary and secondary, then there are these small, which are known as minor trends, which may be good for short-term day traders, but for us, they are not so useful. So this primary trend goes on for months to years, that we will see in the chart. And overall, it shows the direction of the market, whether there is bull market or bear. What is the bull market? Higher high and higher low. So previous, as the stock price rises, it goes beyond the previous high. And the stock low, the stock does not move. There is not a single this thing. No, there is a range. So it doesn't go below the previous low. So higher high and higher low means it is going up. Lower high and lower low means it is going down. So that is one thing which we must remember: higher high and higher low. Secondary trend is this trend, which is the correction in the market, because in the market most often it overshoots. So it goes up, it overshoots. Then again, some people say, "Bahut ho gaya, idhar profit le lo." So then it comes down, doesn't come back too much, and then again it starts going up. And then these are minor trends which we will not go too much into. For example, this chart here. What is the trend? Trend is up, major trend, right? So within the major trend, we have secondary trends, which are corrections, right? So 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So there may be small corrections, there may be big corrections. So these corrections we have to utilize in order to time our buys. Right? We can buy the stock here also. If you have a horizon of 10 years, you can buy the stock here. 10 साल में तो इतना होने ही वाला है. But how much is this? About 10,000 or so, 9,000. And it went on to 27, so 3 times. But if you buy here, this is 4,000. So 4,000 to 27 means it has gone up 7 times. So if you do the timing correctly, your percentage returns goes up much more. The third trend, there are 3 phases of market trends. One is the accumulation phase. So when the trend starts reversing and the stock starts going up, first is accumulation. People keep on buying. These are all informed investors who sort of know, they are the experts, or they are the insiders, or they have people who give them, leak them the news. So they quietly buy and sell when the prices are stable. So the price goes up, but slowly, not much. Huh? It will go up slowly. Yeah, like this. It's going up, but not very much. Second phase is the public participation. So once it goes beyond a certain level, once it goes beyond कि इधर से ऊपर गया फिर नीचे आया फिर से आ रही है तो ऊपर ही जा रहा है, then the public, everybody start jumping in, and therefore you get a big phase known as the public participation. And at the end of the phase, you have what is known as distribution. Here the people who have bought at very low levels, they start selling here. So there are no more, there are very few buyers, but there are gradually more and more sellers, so that the price starts going down and forms lower highs and lower lows. So that is what, so these are the three trends in the market, or three phases in the market. Correct? Now, for example, this Hindustan Unilever. Okay, initially there is accumulation phase here. February 2012, March 2012, April. Okay, prices are increasing, but not much. Slow. People are buying. Then when it goes beyond a certain level, people are convinced that now it's not going to fall. So then suddenly a lot of people start buying, and you get what is known as the public participation phase. And this is where the informed investors, they start selling. So we, in our position, we may not be able to buy here and sell here, but even if we get this amount of movement, that is good enough. It captures about 80-85% of the total move. Fourth thing to remember is that market averages must confirm each other. So the in the market, there are 2 or 3 different indices, 2, 3, 5, 7, whatever. Say, for example, BSC and NSC, or in Nifty, there is Nifty 50, then Bank Nifty, then Mid Cap Nifty. But all must confirm each other. Means if one is going up, 2 is going up, 3 is going up, 4, all 4 are going up. Only then the trend is established. Right? So if only the IT stocks are going up and the others are not going up, then that is a bubble. Like what happened in 1999 to the IT bubble, you might have heard about this. The IT stocks were going like crazy, but all other stocks were not. Or even now they say in the Nasdaq, these 7 stocks are going up, but all others are not. So there may be formation of a bubble here. So both or all the indices must show similar. For example, now Bank Nifty last few days ago made a new high. Then Mid Cap Nifty has made a new high. Now today our Nifty has made a new high. But the small cap Nifty has not yet made a new high. So we are in an almost in an uptrend, but we cannot say 100%. And the last is this volume confirmation. Whenever the price is going up, it has to go up with high volumes. That means more people are buying. That means more number of stocks are buying. Stock price can go up on low volumes also. If there are no sellers, then if I buy 100 shares also, the stock price might go up. So low volume questions the validity of the up move. The high volume is needed, right? And trend reversal. Trends will continue till reversal signals emerge. So here, these 5, 6 tenets you must read, and they should be always at the back of your mind. Now, this was Dow. Dow had written all this because that time there were no charts, there were no internet, there was nothing. After that came this fellow, Elliot. And he refined this particular theory, and he gave us more precise means how to measure these different trends and all. Correct. So what is this theory? Same thing. It moves in repetitive wave patterns driven by investor psychology. Prices alternate between impulse waves and corrective waves, which that fellow called as primary and secondary. And the pattern is that there are 5 waves up, then 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. And this pattern is there at all levels: large, mid, small, micro, minutes, वगैरह वगैरह. For example, now we show this diagram. There are 5 waves up. Wave 1, then 2 is the corrective, then 3 is up, 4 is corrective, and then 5. So when this 5 wave advance ends, then you get a bigger correction. So these are smaller corrections within the 5 wave uptrend. And then one impulse is over, then you get this wave 2, which is again a correction, which is of 3 waves, A, B, C. Then again you will get 5 waves, which will be wave 3. Then you will get 3 wave correction, that is wave 4, and then again wave 5. So this finishes one big 5 wave cycle. Then again there will be a big 3 wave cycle. Then again there will be a big 5 wave cycle. So this keeps on happening over years. So 5-3 pattern. 5-3 pattern you must remember. So whenever stock is going up, is it going up in 5 waves or 3 waves? If it is 3 waves, it is a corrective pattern. It is going to fall. If it is 5 waves, then it's good. It's going to go up. Right? So initial wave. Now your initial wave 1 is the initial move when the investors start buying. Wave 2 is the pullback. Now this is rule number 1 of Elliott wave. He found a rule saying that wave 2 cannot go below wave 1. Right? If it goes below wave 1, then that becomes a lower low, na? So then it is not an impulse, not a higher distance. So wave 2 cannot go below wave 1. Then the wave 3 is usually the strongest wave, because here there is a lot of public participation, lot of volume, lot of people just buying. So this is the second rule of Elliott, that the third wave is never the shortest. Third wave is either equal to 1 and 5. Usually it is much more than 1 and 5. How much more, that we will see later on. But if you see that wave 1 higher, then wave 3 is a smaller than wave 1, then you know that wave 5 is also going to be smaller than wave 3, because this rule has to apply. This is rule. There is no exception to this rule. There is no exception to this rule also, wave 2. Then of course, after the wave 3 comes the second pullback, which is wave 4. And that is rule number 3, that wave 4 cannot go in up to wave 1. So wave 4 goes down to maybe little bit, maybe more, maybe 60%, 33%, whatever. But it can never go up to wave 1. That is the third rule. So these 3 rules have to be understood and have to be followed. And of course, wave 5 is the final push when the latecomers come in. So wave 5 usually equal to wave 1 and 3, or it might be truncated also. But rarely, if the bull market is strong, then the wave 5 becomes huge. Right? Now, after this impulse, this thing, within the impulse or after the impulse, you get a corrective wave. These corrective waves always have A, B, and C. There are 3 patterns. A, B, and C. Wave A, where the price declines. After some time, there are some people say, "Are come aa gaya, chalo le lo." So then there is a small recovery. That is wave B. But wave B does not go up to most or less. And then, of course, there is a final decline of wave C, which completes the correction. This total ABC pattern corrects 38 to 61% of the impulse wave, right? These are Fibonacci levels. 38%, 68%. Why we must understand this? कि correction चालू आ रहा, gold price बढ़ गया अभी कभी लेने का. तो when it has started falling, when it reaches 38%, you keep a watch कि अभी इधर रुकता है क्या? इधर रुक गया, ABC complete हो गया, going up again, then we might buy here. But if it doesn't stop here, then you can say it might go to 50% or it might go to 60%. So these levels are the one where you have to watch. Is the reversal happening? And that is the time to sort of buy that particular stock which has gone up quite a bit. Right? This we have done, golden rules. So key Fibonacci levels That again we will, when we discuss the chart, we will see this. So these are retracement level. 23 very rarely, very strong market hoga. The retracement is very minimal. 23 is the least minimum. But usually either it is 38 or it is 61. Sometimes it is 50. And when the downtrend is very strong, then it might retrace up to 78% also. Wave 3 can become more than wave 1, in which case it might be 123 or 161 or 268. Corrective patterns are of 2-3 different types, and this you can read. I mean, there are a lot of videos on YouTube and all for corrective patterns, and there is a site called Elliott Wave India, where they have given all this in detail. But their corrective may be zigzag. Ki this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Then again there is a correction, then A, B, C. So A, B, C, X, A, B, C. It is called like that. So this A, B, C becomes 1A. Then this is 1B. And then this becomes the 1C. Or there may be flat pattern. This A, B, C, and then this X can go right up to here, up to this level also, and then come back up to here and then go. So it becomes a flat pattern like this. So you can go and read all these corrective patterns, and we will come across whenever we discuss different charts. We will see how they go. What we must remember is that when there is a correction, when the correction ABC pattern develops, the first wave is always a 5 wave. Sorry, huh? So when the impulse stops here and then the wave starts correcting, this first wave is always a 5 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you know that the previous trend has stopped, has finished. If this is just 3 wave, then it is correction within the uptrend. Then you can still say कि यहाँ से अभी और भी ऊपर जाएगा. But when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you have to wait कि ये तो A हो गया, अभी B और C तो आने वाला है. So this is 5, then 3, then 5. And this may be 1, but if the bear trend is strong, then you might get 2 such cycles, ABC and then again ABC. Wave B can take the form of correction pattern. Wave C is again 5 waves. Wave B is always shorter than wave A. Right? Stands to reason. A, B, C. So this B is shorter than A. आता ह्याचं काय करायचं, you just keep this with you and just open up a chart and find out and just see this in different examples. So then you will it will fix in your mind. So wave 3 has the maximum opportunity because it is the largest wave. When do you know wave 3? ये कब देखने का? If you see a 5 wave advance, you know that this is wave 1 is over. So the stock is falling. Then it sort of stabilizes, starts going up, and it goes up in 5 waves. Then you know कि wave 1 आया. Then it starts correcting into wave 2. So you know 100% wave 3 तो आने ही वाला है. Even if it is corrective, you are going to get a wave 3. So wave 3 is the strongest volume, never the shortest, and highest profit potential. So when the wave 2 ends, that is where you should time your entry whenever you are entering. Okay. So what did we learn from this? That you can identify the wave patterns on any chart based on its back and forth movement. Doesn't matter what sort of chart it is. It may be commodity, it may be oil, it may be gold, silver, maybe zinc, copper, maybe wheat, maybe soybean, whatever it is. But the same pattern is seen anywhere and everywhere. Trend is not complete till it completes 5 waves in the direction of the trend. So no hurry to get out of the stock until it completes 5 waves. And same way, no hurry to buy till it completes 3 waves in the correction. and ABC correction will be followed by a continuation of the trend. So if the trend is going up, then you get ABC. Again, the next one will be again up. Or the opposite, if the stock is falling, then you get a corrective rise and then again it will fall. So wave 3 in a bullish trend and wave C in a bearish trend have to complete before the trend can change. So अभी गिर गया, अरे बहुत गिर गया, but then you see the wave C whether it has completed 5 waves or not. Similarly, wave 3, if it has completed 5, only then you think about a correction. Otherwise, don't think of a correction. So practical example. Now these ones we will post on the site. Just when you look at any chart, just see this. What happens? Initial breakout from a consolidation with rising volume retraces 50% of wave 1 gain. Right? Wave 2 retraces 38, 50, 66, 66, whatever, 61. But it holds the support. Then wave 3 again goes above wave 1, higher high and higher low. So wave 2 is higher than wave 1, then wave 3 goes higher. Strongest move begins. Wave 4 is minor pullback, but could go sideways for days to weeks. So it depends on how strong was the wave 3. Wave 3 is very strong and very high, then the wave 4 is prolonged. And then you get the wave 5. So wave 3, wave 4 always tests our patience, like what is happening at the present moment. If we are in wave 4, wave 2. And then of course you get a final push and then the ABC correction. So what are the advantages of this? You may not go too much into details of this Elliott wave at the point to point 9, but you must know predictive power. Let the 5 waves complete before you take any action. Let the 3 waves complete before you take any action. Right? So it helps you to manage your risk and it is universal. It applies to everything. So this is just an overview of how the stocks work or how the market works, and this will give an understanding of when to go in. People have different ways of approaching the stock picking. Right? And I had posted one YouTube video. I don't know if anybody has heard it or had seen it. In that fellow says कि भगवान तक पहुंचने के बहुत सारे रास्ते हैं. It is like this. Okay, you can approach different method, different approaches, different way, but the final this thing is that we should reach the goal. And for goal, for people like us who cannot devote great time, day-to-day time, is that the long-term investing is the answer. I'm sure you must have read a lot of times Dr. Ichaporia saying कि कुछ नहीं करने का, रख दो. कौन सा रखने का is important. कौन सा रखने का is what your charts will tell you how to. And how to read the chart, I will give you a brief this thing. So this is a site which I use. It is known as investing.com. It has free and paid version, so the free version is good enough. Can we see this? ये दिख रहा है? Are you seeing the thing का नहीं?
Sir, you will
No.
have to share it again.
हाँ पर से इसको रह गया share. This one. Right? You can see it? Yeah.
Yes.
So this is where you put the name of the whatever stock you want to see. And this gives you the time frame, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month, 1 week, or there are so many options. So this is one column. Then this is the type of chart. These are the different forms. One is the candlestick form, and then the second is the line form. These are the two commonly used. There are others also, point and figure, Heiken, Renko. I don't use any of those, but bar chart, whatever. But the candlesticks are good. Line chart is good. This is what I have found to be useful. Then on top of this chart, on the left hand side, you have these various things, tools which you can use. For example, here, this one is to use the different lines that you can draw. You want to draw a line here, so you just put it here like this. Or you want to draw a channel. कि भाई ये channel में जा रहा है कि नहीं, तो you can draw a channel like this. Or you can draw anyway different day. And then there is Fibonacci, and then there is this rectangle if you want to draw, or ellipse you want to draw, triangle just to highlight. So these are the different things. This is the price range, date range. You want to measure how much percentage it has risen, so you can measure it like this. That is the left hand side corner. Then here there are the different indicators that are used. So we will be discussing all these later on, all night, but the common ones are the ones which are important. This is for comparison. Along with this, you want to compare another chart, you can add that so that you can see it. This is to take a photo of this to save. Now this one can give you multiple charts at the same time. So you want to see 5 charts of banks, then you can have 4 charts at a time. So you can put this charts are great. And then put one bank here, another bank here, third here, fourth here, so that at a glance you can see what is going on. And this is for saving. You name the chart and you save it, so that next time the same parameters come up, you don't have to do it again and again. So this is worthwhile. You can just play around and see. प्रत्येक आता हे indicators टाकले तिथे. For example, EMA 50. Then that EMA 50 you don't want, so you can just hide it for the moment. Then again get it back. त्याचा कलर बदलू शकता, त्याचं हे बदलू शकता. So very versatile chart. You think gives you all indices, not just अपना Indian, any all over the world. Normally, whenever we do technical this thing, we use a log chart. There's a log here at the bottom. And this auto scale, so the scale up and down, you need not have to do. This is the volume indicator. So price confirms with the volume, right? When this stock is falling, the volumes are more. That means it is in a bad situation. And when it is rising, volumes may be less. But if you see this chart, Bharti, Bharti Airtel. Correct? We take a long-term chart, right? Monthly. This was listed here, 2003. Initially, it fell down. But then it has gone up 5 waves. This is wave 1. Then wave 2. Wave 3. So, we are still somewhere here only. Your wave 3 is likely to go here, where it is 18,000. And we are at 2,100. अभी ये कैसे निकाला? तो you can draw a line, just drawing the bottoms and then joining the top parallel channel. You can count also. This wave 1 and wave 3 should be equal, at least minimum equal or more also. So why do we want this? Suppose I bought this thing here, either मैं लिया 2003 में, and I do nothing. So I'm going from here to 2000. But I know if this 5 is over, I sell say 20, 30, 40% of this. When it comes down at the bottom, I can buy with the same money, I can buy 50% or 60% of that particular stock. Because I know it is a strong stock. It has not come down much. How much has it come down over the years? I put in a Fibonacci. So I'll find out it has come down by about 61%. No, not 61, sorry. 50%. Correct? 50% retracement it has given. 510 से 260 तक. So I buy again here. So I can, instead of 100 shares, I can buy 150 at this point. So that is the importance of knowing these waveforms. You need not follow each and every of these wave and अरे थोड़ा ऊपर गया थोड़ा नीचे गया थोड़ा वो छोड़ो. That is for day traders. That is for people who want to do derivatives, futures and options. But for us, this is a good enough. Right? So within this, also you can make out that this is one wave, then second, this is third, and fourth and fifth is small. Then again, either lower, low, lower. Sorry. This chart again has this, either niche you have this where you can sort of expand this, So when it reached here at the top, then it started forming a lower low. I don't know if you can make out. You can make out that this went up, then it formed a sort of M-shaped pattern where the low was lower and then again the low was lower. So this means that the trend has changed, lower low, lower high, lower low. So now you count three waves, A, B, C, X, A, B, C, A, B, C, X, A, B, C. हो गया इधर. This corrective wave again goes in a channel. Corrective wave goes in a channel. Correct. So you can use it for short-term trading. When it reaches this 1 point, 2 point you get, then third point. Then you can sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. But then you know A, B, C, D, ये सब हो गया, now it is going to go up. So then it from here it has gone above the channel. So हो गया अभी उसका correction. So then it goes up, up, up. Look at the volumes. What he had said, uptrend, you see the volume here. Correct? End of the uptrend, the stock was rising, but the volume was not rising much. So this is where we reach the end. Then again, it is falling with higher volume. That is a bad sign. But then it goes down, the volumes are less. Again, when it starts going up here, end of the correction, see the volumes. So going up with high volumes, you know that the correction has ended. And this is the time to get entry into the stock. You keep on riding till you get a lower low. You have never got a lower low from here. Right? No lower low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Lower low आया ही नहीं, तब तक नहीं बेचने का stock. Right? Ignore these smaller trends, smaller, major ones you see. So within this big wave, this is wave one. Again, that has 5 waves within, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have this wave 2, which has 3 waves. Then again, this is big wave. This is wave 3, biggest of the lot. Then wave 4. And now we are 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5. So, ये करते रहो. Any queries you get, any questions, you can always post on the site. So that's all that I wanted to say so far. Abhi anybody has questions, you can ask. If you're still awake.
So what about the RSI?
हाँ वो बाद में आएगा वो सब.
अच्छा ठीक है, okay
See,
sir.
after next time we are going to take support, resistance, and trend lines.
Okay sir.
And then after that we will have moving averages. And then we will be having the different indicators.
So when
So
we consider the company's profit, do we consider net profit or the operating profit as more important?
usually operating profit. For margins, you consider operating profits.
Thank you, sir.
When you're looking at the margins, it is always operating profit margin. But if the net profit is high, but then there is some one-off kind of the expense, then your total profit will become low. But that one-off expense is a one-off expense. काहीतरी गव्हर्नमेंटने टॅक्स लावला किंवा फाईन केली की बॅकलॉग काहीतरी मागितला. So that is a one-off event. So that does not alter the fundamentals of the stock. So that particular quarter, that particular year, it might have gone down. So operating profit is more important, I think. हे मला वाटतं हे रेकॉर्ड पण होतंय. सुधीर might be posting the whole video also, but at least this we will post. Sudhir, chat
Sir,
मध्ये there are few questions.
yes, yes, sir. Kothari sir is not here, but the meeting is
Oh,
getting recorded.
okay.
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
yes.
You can send some reading material at the end, like what we do for conferences. Send some reading material for everyone.
Reading material.
Yes.
Coffee can investing. I'll send you.
You,
Yes,
sir,
please send.
send it there,
Take,
sir. Thank you so much,
away
sir.
messages and reading materials.
Thanks,
Take
sir.
away, take home message.
Yes, sir. And how to understand these Elliott waves a little more.
You
उसके
can
बारे
send,
में-
if possible, you can send this PowerPoint as well. So maybe people
Yeah,
can
I'll
read
send
it
the
in detail.
PowerPoint.
Yes.
No issues.
Yeah.
Elliott Wave India करून एक site आहे. Elliott Wave India.
Okay,
Go to
sir.
that site. He has given in everything in detail. Just keep on reading one at a time. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. सगळं दिलेलं आहे त्यांनी.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
So that you can see. And there are a lot of YouTube videos. If you are tired of reading, you can just listen to the YouTube videos. There are a lot of YouTube. Udemy म्हणून एक आहे. UDEMY.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
UDEMY. That is a learning site.
Yes.
So त्याच्यावर पण बरेचसे लर्निंग व्हिडिओज आहेत अबाउट दिस इलियट वेव्स अँड इलियट वेव इज अ ह्यूज थिंग. म्हणजे once you start looking at it, then you will know the finer niceties. For example, आता अरे माझं ते शेअरिंग गेलं. I'll just quick if you see your Nifty, we'll just see one last this thing on the Nifty. तर हा कोविडचा जो मेजर करेक्शन झाला त्यानंतर you had this one big wave. This is wave 1. This is wave 1. Then you got this wave 2. Then this big one, wave 3. Now we are in wave 4. Correct? And today we have crossed this previous high. So now we have started wave 5. बरोबर. आता wave 5 जर wave 1 एवढी झाली तर it will be huge. But now there is a question mark about this. This is wave 1, which was 159%. This is wave 2, wave 3, which was 80%. So we are still probably in wave 3. We are not even done that. आता हे जर तुम्ही म्हटलं की wave 4 and 5 झाली, तर wave 3 is only 76%, which is a very rarity. So probably we are still in wave 4. म्हणजे ही जी corrective wave is part of wave 3 only. And this wave 3 will extend somewhere here. And मग 4 येईल and मग 5 येईल. So huge way to go. right? So that gives you a perspective. Ki, yeah, wave 1 was 159%. So this wave 3 should also be 159. Unless our economy वगैरह change होता है and hey, wave 3 becomes short, then wave 5 becomes shorter than that, and then you go down all the time.
लेमॅन्स लँग्वेज मध्ये जर का सांगायचं झालं तर वेव्ह 3 जर का लॉंग असेल, प्रोलॉंगड
Elliott
असेल
wave India.
इलियट वे मध्ये, तर वेव्ह 5 फास्ट असते आणि खूप वरती जाते, किंवा उलट असतं, वेव्ह 3 जर का खूप फास्ट गेली वरती, वेव्ह 5 विल बी अक्युमुलेटिंग. हा थोडस जनरल प्रिन्सिपल इलियट वेव्हचा.
बरोबर, that's also right. की wave 5 you have to be on your toes. तो कधी संपू शकतो, कारण तोपर्यंत युफोरिया खूप झालेला असतो. Wave 3 is very high, very large, and there is a lot of euphoria. So 5 may or may not फारसा नाही जाऊ शकत. पण wave 1 is equal to wave 3 झाला तर मग ठीकच आहे. मग wave 5 will be equal to 1 and 3. Then you can put your target where you are.
इवन द ड्युरेशन
1 and 3 छोटे छोटे झाले असेल, but then the economy improves, so wave 5 will become large.
व्हेरी. कुणाला प्रश्न
Okay.
विचारायचे आहेत का? सर आहे ते
Thank you,
चालू.
sir.
Okay. Anybody else has any question, you can always post it wherever you are.
Thank you, sir.
Right? So
Thank
next
you, sir.
Thursday we
Lovely
will do
introduction.
support, resistance and trend lines. Sandeep will be doing. Kuru band. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night. Thank you.
Good night. See you.